Nani Pelekai is the protagonist of Disney's 2002 animated feature film Lilo and Stitch and a major character of the overall franchise. She's the older sister and legal guardian of Lilo due to their parents' death. Lilo and Stitch the movie. At the start of the film, Nani is visited by a social worker named Cobra Bubbles who is concerned that Nani cannot adequately care for Lilo. He is considering putting Lilo in foster care, but Nani refuses by citing that she is the only relative, or Ohana, that Lilo has left and vice versa. However, Nani will have to prove that she can care for Lilo to prevent Lilo from going to a foster home. When Cobra leaves, both sisters get into a huge argument. That night, Nani comes up to Lilo's room to apologize. After realizing that Lilo has no friends, Nani allows Lilo to get a pet from the pound. Lilo chooses Stitch, who, unknown to either girl, is actually an alien. Later, Nani is forced to take Lilo and Stitch with her as she tries to find a new job. Unfortunately, Stitch's attempts to evade capture by Jumba and Pleaty keep ruining her chances. Nani's friend David, having seen Nani, encourages Nani to take Lilo surfing with them to improve their mood. However, Jumba makes an attempt to capture Stitch from underwater. To everyone, it appears that Stitch has tried to drown Lilo. Mr. Bubbles sees the whole thing and tells Nani that he will come for Lilo in the morning. While waiting for Cobra Bubbles the next morning, Nani's informed of a job offer by David. Nani orders Lilo to stay at home while she goes to apply. While she is gone, a fight between Stitch and Jumba results in the house being destroyed and Lilo calls Cobra for help. Nani returns at the same time that Cobra Bubbles arrives, and the two have a brief argument over Lilo's well-being. When Lilo is kidnapped by Gantu, Nani accompanies Stitch, who has revealed his alien origins, in Lilo's rescue. In the end, Nani and Lilo are appointed as Stitch wardens by the Grand Councilwoman, while Cobra Bubbles, who is revealed to be a former CIA agent, is enlisted to supervise the new family. Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch is a Glitch. After the first film's events, Nani is adjusted to her life with an extended family, now living with both Stitch, Jumba, and Pleaty. Her regular occurrences include keeping the house in order despite the colorful cast of characters that inhabit it, raising both Lilo and Stitch, working her job at the beach, and spending time with David, who she is said to have been dating for 3 weeks by the beginning of the film. Nani is preparing family night at the Pelekai household on an ordinary day, asking Jumba and Pleaty for assistance, though she faces denial on rather nonsensical accounts. Later that day, Nani is visited by Moses, Lilo's hula instructor, who reports a recent altercation between the latter and Myrtle Edmonds. Nani invites Moses inside to talk over Lilo's behavior, but she's interrupted by a meddling Jumba and Pleaty, who disguise themselves as the Pelekai sisters' uncle and aunt, respectively, and try to convince Moses that Lilo's behavior was merely a misunderstanding. Nani is then approached by David, who attempts to strike a date with the former, only to face rejection due to Nani's hectic schedule. Having enough of Jumba and Pleaty's attempts to help, Nani takes Moses and Lilo outside, where Lilo is given a warning. Should her attitude remain low, she will be banned from an upcoming hula competition. Over the following days, preparation for the competition and odd behavior with Stitch's programming begins to cause a rift in the relationship between Lilo and Stitch. When Nani comforts Lilo one night, asking why the competition is so important to her, the older sister learns Lilo's stress and desire to win the competition result from the sister's deceased mother, who won the same competition when she was Lilo's age. With an understanding of Lilo's pain, Nani assures her younger sister that their mother would be proud of the former just for being her. In turn, Lilo assures Nani that their mother would be proud of her efforts at parenting, moving the older sibling. Also occurring throughout the days is a side story with David, who, because of Pleaty's poor advice, believes that his relationship with Nani is dwindling and struggles to save it. Stitch the movie. When Dr. Hamsterville captures Jumba and demands a ransom of Jumba's first 625 experiments, Nani contacts Cobra Bubbles for assistance, while Lilo and Stitch set out to capture Experiment 221. Lilo and Stitch the series. In this series, Nani doesn't have as much of a role as she did in the first two films. She's usually seen in a variety of jobs to support herself and her family. As always, she is concerned about Lilo's well-being, though she does allow Lilo to capture the rogue experiments. The episode Retro features Nani's middle school friends, who mistakenly believe that she is the vice president of a company she works for. She sometimes helps with the experiment hunting, such as in the episode Phantasmo, where she saves Lilo and Stitch from a ghost-like experiment. She also rescues Lilo from being annihilated by Gantu and Fibber, where she also briefly pretended to be Pleakley's fiancé as a means to impress his visiting family. In Link, she and Stitch are stuck together by the titular experiment, forcing her to go about her duties at work with Stitch by her side. Though they initially butt heads, they find themselves enjoying the time they spend together by the end. They also come to discover the secret to dissolving the bind created by Link, which they use to help Lilo and Myrtle. In Babyfire, Lilo told Nani she wanted to see Sludge Mummies, Episode 2 Attack of the Bones, but Nani overprotectively refused to let her see it. Later, while Nani was asleep, Stitch had the titular experiment transform her into a baby so Lilo could be in charge for once. However, Stitch, Jumba, Pleakley are transformed into babies as well, and thus, Lilo was forced to work hard on looking after them until they finally got the antidote for Babyfire's powers. After Nani was transformed back to normal, she finally decided to take Lilo to see the scary movie she wanted to see to reward her for being babysitter for a day. In French Fry, she saved both the morbidly fat Lilo and Stitch from getting eaten by the cannibalistic French Fry, hence marking the only time she ever caught and rehabilitated an experiment. Leroy and Stitch the movie. Nani is seen after Lilo, Stitch, Jumba, and Pleakley return from the Galactic Federation with awards for the successful extraction of the 625 experiments. Stitch, Jumba, and Pleakley turn down their awards at first to stay on Earth, so as not to break Lilo's heart. However, Lilo notices that they really do want their dream rewards, and Nani convinces her that she's doing the right thing and showing Aloha spirit by letting them go. She is present when Lilo sees the aliens off and comforts her younger sister as they fly off into space. Following these events, Nani continues to comfort Lilo on her loss after realizing she is still visibly distraught by the recent events. When Lilo expresses worry over Stitch and knows that she's been trying to contact him, Nani knows that she'll need an intergalactic technology in order to do so, which gives Lilo the idea to form an alliance with Stitch's cousin Reuben to use his ship's contact computer. Later on, after an evil clone of Stitch named Leroy arrived on Earth to kidnap the experiments, he sneaks into the house to steal Lilo's experiment log and is nearly noticed by Nani, though he saves himself by pretending to be Lilo. Nani later appears at the end, where she joins David, Lilo, Jumba, Pleakley, Stitch, Myrtle on all the experiments and taking a group family picture.
I've never heard of that.
Trivia. It is quite possible that Lilo and Nani were both named after Queen Lilo'Kalani, the last ruling monarch of Hawaii. In almost all of her appearances, her tops are short enough to reveal her belly. In the original movie, Nani is shown to have a Mulan poster. In the intro sequence of the series, Nani appears in two squares in the hula dance, with her image and movements mirrored to one another. She initially worked as a rental hut worker, but later moved up to the rental pavilion worker at the Birds of Paradise Hotel under Mr. Jameson. Nani will refer to someone as Lolo, meaning stupid or crazy in Hawaiian.
Lilo, you Lolo.
According to Lilo, in the episode Sinker, Nani is addicted to chocolate. In Slick, it is revealed that Nani wore braces in 8th grade. One of the experiments, Belle, acts as her alarm clock. Nani drives a Volkswagen Beetle, often seen in multiple variations. In Spooky, her worst fear is Cobra Bubbles taking Lilo away, a callback to her fear of losing Lilo from getting abducted by Bubbles in the original film. In French Fry, she was able to hold her own against the titular experiment using a broom and her wits. It is likely that Nani is a surfing champion. This is based on the famous surfing scene in the original movie, where she is able to surf professionally on big and small waves, even with Lilo and Stitch on her board. She doesn't fall. Because Nani is stated to be 19, she should technically be qualified to care for Lilo and Stitch. If you enjoyed this video, please smash a like and subscribe to the channel for more Lilo and Stitch videos. And leave a comment down in the comment section with who's your favorite character and which one you'd like to see us do next. Until next time, aloha!